really there from the Swedish bench. It's like,
wow, very early. Very early, they turned it over. Stockholm, that was weird.
but we haven't seen Stockholm today yet. So maybe they're not as good as we think.
It's definitely.
They are good, but maybe they're not like scary good as they were last year.
Definitely an advantage to have played one game before this big one. Get the first game out of the way. Usually there's some rust and you're not quite into that top gear. Maybe that's a little advantage Aarhus have now.
Yeah.
A lot of contact here. Wonder what the call's gonna be. Wow. Okay, so this goes against Aarhus and
but if it was again, shouldn't there have been a yellow card then? Almost.
Yeah, he was backing up on him a lot there. That's very illegal.
But
generally, but maybe this early in the game they.
But maybe it's a part of the tactics, just saying, "Don't fuck with us, man."
Again with the swearing.
Yeah, but you can. It's not a children's game.
I don't think so. It's Alexander has Ibsen there has a tendency to get a little overamped for these games. He can be very excited for these games. I think that was just an early warning that he is ready.
Yeah, and excitement. That what this game needs to be about, because sometimes it's some parts of the game are very slow. So when you get that kind of excitement behind the goal, where people are just often tackling each other very slowly, I like it actually.
No doubt about it. Especially, I mean, these two teams, they know each other very well, and it can be a little slow and tactical and sort of locked down. We need some wildness to get going. Yeah, another face-off here.
Uh-oh, that's not a good situation. So he's like, Samuel, he's the main ball man.
Yeah, it's turned out that way. When they first sort of burst onto the scene, they were very sort of balanced and they all seemed to sort of pitch in. But Samuel has shown himself to be, I think, clearly the better guy on the ball for them.
But last year, Marcus Svensson, he's the goalkeeper, right?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, Samuel and Daniel seem to be sharing those responsibilities. Again, with this modern style of play, this super high pressure, you need multiple players on the team to be able to take the goal, because panic situations will arise during a game. So I think they shift a lot. Just like we saw with Aarhus here a moment ago, where Jakob Dahl came in to the net and
saved the day.
And saved the day right in the nick of time.
The day.
So the high pressure defense lends itself to a lot of sort of fluidity in the game. I think we will see that Aarhus has at least has changed during the season and actually decided to put Jakob Mortensen in the goal to start.
Is that a good call?
I think so. Jakob is very good, sort of as a balanced player. He's always positioned very well, but the defensive system of Aarhus really relies on a lot of aggression, a lot of sort of a lot of physicality and contact, and Alexander definitely brings more of that. Sometimes I wish Jakob Mortensen would be, bring a little more oomph in the duels. Again, JD is Jakob Dahl is in the net right now. Now they get the shift. That's a good sign. That it's a sign that Aarhus is under a lot of pressure. The fact that they are changing their goalies constantly as a way of sort of closing gaps over the court.
But Jakob Dahl, he's the worst of the three good goalkeepers, right?
Yeah, he's definitely the third priority to get in there. But I mean, he can do totally fine. It's not a panic shit. Ooh. Very close, far post there.
Ooh. Both of us, we're from Aarhus, so of course, like, we're not taking any.
Nah, we're allowed to root.
Not at all, not at all.
Could be a little.
But of course we hope Aarhus win, but that has nothing to do with this.
Uh-oh. Oh, got that. Again, a lot of contact in front of goal.
Whoa. It's almost had to, like.
What? That's an own goal. Wow. Oh my goodness.
That's amazing, actually. You never see those things.
Never see that. That's so rare. Have to admit, I have committed once or twice in my career as well. But holy smokes. What's going on here? So, I mean, again, this is a testament to the high pressure that Aarhus brings. Every once in a while, you know, your opponent will turn over the ball in a bad spot, and I mean, this was really bad in that.
Yeah,
turn it over into his own net.
but will it kill him mentally, or is he
I don't think so.
too strong for that?
I don't think so. If anything, he's an asshole in the good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, when you're on the court and like there's nothing that's gonna tear him down. I mean, if anything, he gets even more. Although he's shaking his head a little bit.
Yeah, I think maybe it's like they're trying to tell that they are playing too hard. And did you mention that Jakob Dahl had a yellow card before?
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't see what.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like 2 minutes ago, and he drove into to danger. I think.
I actually agree with that call. That was a good call. So it was
but it has nothing to do with the ball. It was
no,
just.
it had nothing to do with the goal. No.
No, and it had nothing to do with the ball at that time.
No,
it was just happening on the other side of the field. You have to remember to say field.
Nah.
I'm saying it.
Okay. Yeah. Completely locked down here, and this, of course, I mean, now I guess the clock is working for Aarhus.
Yeah, but wait and see. I think it's not. This is not over at all. But I think.
In fact, I think it might be good for the game that
Yeah,
we got Aarhus out in front.
It's much better.
That Stockholm really needs to
But like an own goal of that type in these type of matches.
Totally unexpected. I mean,
Yeah, totally
so
unexpected.
Crazy. So crazy that I mean, that's what you hope for when you press really high defensively. You hope for some weird sort of mistake from your opponent. But, I mean, this is one of the best players in the world. You don't expect him to throw it into his own net like that. That's obviously a huge mistake. And
but he can't just make his way through the what's called bend.
the boards, no, I mean you can't move the board really. Sometimes I think the referees will allow slight movement of the boards if it's inconsequential to the gameplay, but really essentially the letter of the law, you can't move the boards at all. And Samuel tried to reverse his way out of that dead end, but hit the boards, and I think we'll get it'll be Aarhus ball here. Yeah.
Aarhus ball. And this is actually two of the most maybe active coaches on the bench, both from Stockholm and
Yeah,
Aarhus.
there's a lot going on out there, definitely.
But last year Aarhus missed Christopher, in my opinion, very much, because he wasn't there. He was sick at home, and things were really starting to fall apart. And they were not even in the final, as I remember.
No, I mean, you know, if sort of if there's three good teams like Malmö, Stockholm, and Aarhus, an unlucky draw there will get you into the tough semi-final against one of the other teams.
Yeah.
So not necessarily a big disappointment to miss out on the final if you lose to a great team in the semis. But yeah, definitely they were out of sorts. It was a weird couple of games for them there last year, and it makes a huge difference to have a guy like Christopher who has played. I mean, he has played 20 years himself in the top leagues.
Yeah, and
so he has a lot of sort of experience and can really have that.
Yeah, but he's also he's famous for shouting. I know he's also on the he's a player himself on the power chair hockey national team.
Yeah.
And he's the captain because he's good at shouting and he's good at communicating it. Yeah, but also many people with muscular diseases or anything in the sport, they have problems with shouting.
Yes.
So even though they might be good at communicating, it can't be hard to hear what they are saying. But he's good at shouting, and that's important, I think. Because myself, I couldn't be a coach because I'm not good at shouting.
No.
I don't have the power.
I'm telling you, Simon, Aarhus is right on the edge at all times. When Stockholm has the ball this high up the court, they're in a lot of problems. They're switching goalies all the time to try and shut down open space.
Yeah.
It's clear that they are very sort of have great respect for Samuel.
But it's also like hockey, like you've never seen it before. Like turning around, finding these minimum small.
Yeah. Tiny creases in the defense.
Yeah.
It's and it seems like any minute now, Stockholm could find that final bit of space to get a shot on goal. It's always right on the edge when you play them. And to keep that up for 30 minutes is really tough.
But how does he do that? How can he get the ball out from there? That's a bit.
Yeah.
That's a good play by Alexander. Just holding there.
Yeah, holding still
and you can see that you can see Samuel does not agree. Of course not.
But he's a guy who tends to disagree a lot with the referee. Let me put it that way.
That's the way to put it.
And especially now, I mean, you gotta imagine he's a little extra frustrated, knowing that he sort of screwed up earlier. So maybe it doesn't take as much injustice to get riled up. Uh-oh.
We have another old legend commentating, or giving us a comment here. Mason Pritchard from Stockholm, Jonas Janssen says. But I guess Jakob's technical skill and experience in front of the goal will be decisive.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it right now. I mean, Aarhus doesn't really have the ball a lot.
Yeah, but he's a good technical player, but he's not.
Obviously, but
he's not with the ball at all.
Hard to make a difference when you don't have the ball. Then I think Aarhus is relatively content with just sitting back and absorbing this pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems unlikely that they're going to succeed doing this for an entire game, basically. But they might just be able to. And again, this would be a huge result for Aarhus. They would be straight through to the.
Whoa!
I mean, just an absolute
It's like
brilliant shot. I mean, if that's inside the post, there's nothing the goalie can do there.
no, but it's like it's not. It's very unusual to do that so close to goal.
Yeah, yeah.
But like what can you do in that situation? Often that's the only thing you can do. That's
Right, I mean,
one
if
minute.
you if you don't have the ball on the tip of the stick, it's really tough to get a good shot
Yeah.
at goal, and you kind of sort of have to sling it around with the ball on the inside there. But often it's fairly easy for the goalie to read, and it takes a long time and a lot of space to get that sort of big swinging shot off. But Samuel there with a very nice try. Sending. He is so fast. You cannot give him an inch.
We only have like 10 seconds left or so.
Really, it went by that quickly?
Yeah, I heard them. Two.
Oh.
Yeah, it's now.
Yeah, that's it. First
That's it
half.
for the first half.
Wow. Here they come, see three guys at the same time, up pressuring the ball handler. Again, high pressure from. I mean, you would figure Marcus to be the sort of the guy furthest back. I mean, he's the goalie sort of, but he's right up in there with the pressure. So it's an all-out pressure from Stockholm.
Stockholm. Oh, that's good play by Jakob.
Yeah, great defensive play. Yeah, this is going nowhere.
This is going nowhere.
It's over. Oh wow.
But Aarhus can just wait. They're not in a hurry at all.
Yeah, it's not a terrible result for them, but I mean, 50-50 chance now that they're going to lose this. And, nope. Jacob has it. Cleaned it too, so.
And we got Bob back on the comments. Aarhus will win. Jacob is sober. Then he always wins. Quite a funny comment.
I have no comment for that, Bob.
Bob seems like a funny man.
Oh yeah.
Man. That good? Yeah, that's also something that's hard to see on camera. Where is the ball actually? We can't see.
Yeah, it's trapped down here in the boards.
Yeah, but actually when you look at the picture, you can't see it on camera. The ball is like hiding
yeah, totally surrounded.
behind all the chairs.
Yeah. So finally, Stockholm won one of these, and yeah. I mean, that's the danger with them. I mean, their plan totally worked here. They grinded out finally a win in one of these face-offs, and immediately turned it into a goal-scoring opportunity. I mean, I kind of wish Jakob Mortensen would have been out there with the
What was that
the
really?
front post.
It was not like he should just.
I mean,
He should have been there. He should have.
I don't know. I mean, it's easy for us to say out here because, I mean, obviously we're not afraid of
What else he might do?
Samuel cutting back and shooting it, laying it in behind him if he went forwards too fast, he would open up space behind himself. So, I mean, I was never a great goalie, and so it's pretty easy for me to say that that goalie should have done so and so, but it's not as easy as it looks, folks. One of the problems of giving away so many, or sort of taking so many face-offs in your own zone, your own end of the court, is that it can sometimes be a little awkward to, if you lose the drop, the face-off, it can be a little awkward to get out and get into this, to your pressure defense, because it's so congested down there. All the players are sort of gathered in a very small area of the court, and this is exactly what we saw here, and thus we kind of pretended that all these face-offs were good, were okay for Aarhus, since time was going on and they were ahead, but all it takes is losing one of those, and it can be very dangerous very quickly.
Yeah, if this is the result of the game, it would be a good thing for Stockholm.
Probably. I mean,
yeah, probably
they will yet have to play Arndal, and they would have to beat them by
more than
4, right? Yeah, more than 4. So.
But that is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, the performance from Arndal in the first game, gotta imagine they improve on that.
Yeah, stepping up.
They're stepping up. That was a little. Yeah, they seemed a little out of shape there. So. I mean, immediately they catch Jakob in a dead end, and he tries to basically force his way out of that, and it's a charge. So,
is it okay for the attacking player to drive through the goal field, or what you call it?
Oh, the I call it the penalty area.
Penalty area.
In soccer.
Yeah.
No, not really. Not at all, actually. I mean, he can go through his own.
Yeah, without carrying the ball through.
If he doesn't touch the ball while it's in there.
Yeah.
So that's allowed, but obviously not on your opponent's.
What will the penalty be if you do so?
It's a goal kick, but
only
kicking. What do you call it? Goal ball, maybe. I don't know.
Goal ball. That's a sport for blind people.
Essentially, it's a foul, and the opponent takes over.
So it's not. It would not result in yellow.
No, it would just be loss of possession.
Okay, but it could be a thing you could do if you have to stop somebody. Maybe that's the shortest way.
You're thinking without the ball? Yeah.
Yeah, without the ball. Yeah, just.
That is considered unsportsmanlike, and thus resulting in a yellow card most often.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can make a shortcut through the penalty area. That's a good point.
Is that a yellow?
I think that's a good call. Yellow card.
Yeah, but
Jakob realized that he had been caught outside of the net. I mean, he wanted to go back in goal, and he just pulled the handbrake there on Samuel and stopped him with force. I think actually the referees have been really on top of this game.
Yeah.
It can get very quickly. It can escalate and become very physical. Not the case this time, at least. Okay, this is a good. Come on. Jakob Mortensen not quite getting his block over on the weak side. Oh, what's going on here? He went into the goal.
Is his chair broken?
There's got to be some sort of technical issue here. So the rule here, I think, is he will be awarded what's called a technical timeout, and he will have 2 minutes to fix whatever problem is with his chair. That looked very odd. Too bad, too bad, because
Yeah, because they were actually.
Aarhus was building up something.
Yeah. For maybe for the first time, really building
they
something up.
had moved the ball up onto the front, up in the front court, and man, wonder what the referees are going to call this. He did run into the goal. Like, you can't do that, I guess. Yeah, maybe another drop ball. Yeah, that's the call. It's another face-off in the Stockholm zone. So all better probably. Seems to be an issue with the batteries.
With the batteries, man.
You making fun of my accent?
No, it's just because I don't have an accent of my own. So but I might be a quick learner. So maybe tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, it's actually, these referees are good, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Christopher Stormark is not here, but he's here because they're not allowed to do the hard play. And then there's a little child. Okay, let's just forget that.
I mean, yeah. It's easy for us to say, but I mean, going down in the corners there, I mean, how's that ever going to turn into something? I mean, they're just going to surround him, and is that really the way through? I guess.
Who's the best face-off hockey player?
Something it's really hard to be good at. It's essentially 50-50 who wins.
Okay.
I guess it's possible to be bad at.
Yeah, I was bad at it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's possible, but at this level, I mean, it's 50-50, I think.
Do you agree with that? Because he's just pushing his way, and there's no space for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
But you could see the referee was in doubt.
Yeah, again, such a close call. Flip a coin, man. I mean, it's not something I think we get too worked up about. Yeah. Here, tiny amount of contact, but because it was in reverse, that's considered a worse offense, and thus the call was made pretty quickly.
Sometimes it's just about pushing.
We will see, I think, the intensity move up a little bit late here. I think Stockholm, just as a matter of pride, they want to win real bad here. And Aarhus knows that this result probably isn't good enough for them. So, yeah. So little space, they turned that into goal. Wow. So little space in front of goal, and yet they still get a wide open shot in the corner. It's tough to defend. It's tough to defend.
Yeah, that was a really good goal.
So again, the slingshot this time not as a way of scoring himself, but as a way of setting up a teammate. Marcus Svensson was totally ice cold in front of the net.
So, but you know, we heard yesterday that they've been practicing these 360 passes.
Actually, that was the thing we heard coming out of their camp, that they had been practicing that exact pass. So I mean that paid off in spades right there.
Yeah, if they practice that, and this is, it's just fantastic. Just coming out of the gym.
Always feels good to score doing what you just focused on in practice.
Yeah, but this makes them. It's such a hard team to beat, and they are just they make one own goal. Maybe they're a bit like freaked in the beginning, but they just sort of keep working, and now they're in head. And
I don't even think so because as I said, I thought in the first half, even after they fell behind very early there, they just kept on going, and Aarhus was right on the edge of conceding the entire time, the entire half. So I think the. Oh wow! So.
Oh, he did it.
That's exactly what we were talking about. He gets sort of called for shortcutting through the area. Now this wasn't a sort of a blatant offense, so he is let off with a warning, with a verbal warning. I mean, it's taking too long for them to get out of this zone of.
I think the funny thing.
Stockholm essentially using the net, the goal as a teammate here. Finally, we get a switch. Yep.
But it's not a good idea. Sorry, but it isn't.
You got to do something. I mean,
yeah, but I think the funny thing is Samuel. He may look weak, like compared to some of the other players.
No, sort of physically. You mean?
Yeah, physically weak, but like he's not afraid at all. He's just pushing through and he's driving as fast as he can, and like he's just taking the beats as they come. But like sometimes I think it's maybe easier for him to like look that was too hard on me.
Go. Yes, this is not. Come on. You should go for the kill there, Jacob. Jacob, one of the great goal scorers of the game, and maybe I shouldn't be teaching him how to counter-attack, but it seemed like he had a little daylight there. And I mean, the longer Aarhus sort of drives around with the ball, the easier it gets for Stockholm they will catch up to
Yeah,
them.
this is a detail you have to pay attention to. Like once again, Samuel is just trying to make his way and there's not enough space, so he pushes the bender. I don't know what's called. The board, and then it's a free slay.
Yeah, it's a foul, and I mean
it's a foul. Yeah, but he really does that.
He does
a lot.
Yeah, he does it a lot. Too much, too, I think. Especially now that he knows that these referees won't allow it. Sometimes you'll have a sort of a lenient referee that won't really call those.
Yeah. Often.
Then you can do it because it's a big advantage to do. But now that they have clearly shown that they're not going to allow this, I think it's a little weird that he keeps on going. But it's part of his sort of no-nonsense approach that he goes 100% into every duel.
But in Denmark we have like this saying, Gordon to Gordon. I don't know how you say it in English. But like, if it was me, I would also just try it sometimes. Free slay is not like a crisis.
No, not at all. They're in total control anyway. It's 1 minute to go.
No, there's not space there. Sorry.
That's totally fine. It's fine.
That's fine?
He was letting go of the ball. Timeout. He was letting go of the ball. He didn't try to drive right through. He was making a pass, basically.
Okay.
I think that's totally fine. It's a balance because, I mean, you can referee a game so closely that you kill off all sort of offensive play and you make it too easy for the defense.
Yeah.
So to get little offense going, you sometimes have to allow a little extra contact. can't be long time left on the clock. 30 seconds or so, I guess. It's go time for Aarhus now. If they need to, if they want to salvage a point here, they don't have time for this. A lot of contact there. It could have been called easily. And that's it. So Stockholm hangs on.
That was the end of the game.
Stockholm hangs on for a hard-fought 2-1 victory. I mean that's show a lot of class getting back from falling down 1-0